Surely this can't be that hard to make, right? Oh no. Wait. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, whatever it might be, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm gonna be talking about something that has been requested a bit on my streams and on the comment sections on my recent videos, and that being the lowest APM classes in Black Desert Online. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the classes that are known to be low APM. Quick warning though, APM is a very subjective metric, APM being actions per minute. A class can be both high and low APM, and APM itself is hard to measure consistently, because even if you do the same rotation and timing, the APM might be different. This is due to the inconsistencies, such as if the player mashes the key a lot or if they try to time the key presses. Because of all of this, there are no numbers included in this video, and to keep the video more easily understandable, we'll be splitting low APM tiers into two types of zones: tower zones and pack-to-pack zones. Tower zones are zones where there isn't much mobilities and mobs don't die instantly. Pack-to-pack zones are the opposite, zones with high mobility and one-shots. So to start, let's go with the class known by the community for low APM, Guardian. If you ask which class is low APM, most players would probably point at Guardian. So why is that? Well, first and foremost, the Guardian is known for its straightforward and simplistic gameplay mechanics. Unlike some other classes in BDO that require intricate combos and precise timing, the Guardian's abilities are relatively easy to execute, making it accessible to both beginners and experienced players alike. This simplicity in its skill rotation results in lower APM compared to more complex classes. Furthermore, the Guardian is designed to be a tanky and durable class, capable of withstanding heavy blows from enemies. As a result, it doesn't rely heavily on quick dodging or constant repositioning, further contributing to its lower APM nature. This altogether makes the Guardian a great beginner class due to her early easy mid-game and early game grinds, but she starts to lack a bit on higher end grinds. Guardian has strict mobility, making her better on tower-like grind zones where she doesn't have to move a lot and is just able to AoE down mobs. But that doesn't mean she's useless. She can still move around decently, but she just isn't all that great in pack-to-pack grind zones. But if you like big Viking lady with axe and shield, or just big axe mauling through groups of enemies, or yourself, you should definitely pick up Guardian, both either Succession or Awakening. Up next, we got Berserker, specifically Succession. Berserker Succession in BDO is considered to be one of the best classes in the game overall. Berserker Succession relies on relatively simple combos, making it easier for beginners to execute their attacks and chain skills together. The straightforward nature of the combos helps players focus on the thrill of the combat and strategy rather than struggling with intricate button combinations. Berserkers also have a high base health and natural tankiness, making them more forgiving to play for newcomers. The class's ability to absorb damage allows beginners to withstand mistakes and survive encounters that might prove more challenging for other classes with lower durability. At the end of the day, the Berserker is what his name suggests. He kinda just goes wild and does whatever he wants, making him both good in tower and pack-to-pack grind zones. Definitely a top tier pick if you want a both simple and easy to learn character with a great early, mid, and late game. Up next, we got Shai. The Shai is a support-oriented class that excels in various non-combat activities, such as gathering, fishing, and alchemy. Due to her support nature, the Shai's combat abilities are not as focused on dealing damage as other classes. The Shai's skill set revolves around throwing around her boomerang, playing musical instruments, and using supportive abilities. She can heal allies, provide buffs on the battlefield. While she might not be the powerhouse in terms of raw damage output, her contribution to group play is invaluable, making her one of the most sought after additions in group content. In terms of APM, Shai tends to be on the lower end due to her playstyle, which revolves around a steady strategic approach to combat. She doesn't rely on intricate combos or fast-paced button presses. Instead, she uses her supportive abilities wisely to aid her allies and control the battlefield. The Shai thrives in tower zones, where her healing and support abilities can make the difference in sustaining the group. Additionally, her crowd control capabilities make her quite effective in managing mobs in such areas. However, when it comes to pack-to-pack grind zones where high mobility and fast-paced combat are key, the Shai may struggle to keep up with the demands of such environments. A good thing about grinding with Shai is her increased weight limit and boost to gathering in alchemy XP, making her great even outside of combat. So if you want a class to be an all-good rounder character for both combat and life skill, Shai is the play. Up next we got Lahn Succession. Lahn Succession has a straightforward and intuitive skill set. The class relies on a combination of melee and range attacks, making it versatile and adaptable in various situations. The skills flow well together, and it's relatively easy to grasp the basic mechanics. Like the other classes mentioned in this video, Lahn has a simple combo rotation, perfect for those who want an easier time while grinding, and not melting their hands due to strain. Lahn boasts excellent mobility thanks to her ability to glide in the air and her dashes. This mobility makes her highly evasive and able to avoid enemy attacks more effectively, reducing the pressure on newcomers to master precise timing and dodging techniques. Due to this mix, I'd say she's both good at tower and pack-to-pack grind zones. So if you want an easy, good all-rounder mid-range mobility class, she's definitely a good pick. Coming up next, we have the Awakening Wizard. Our first caster of the video, really. Awakening Wizard trades off high-range, long-cast spells for a more closer-range abilities, and focusing on the elements in fire and water. He is also able to summon elements of either fire and water to help him in combat. Awakening Wizard has a more relaxed rotation when compared to his Succession counterpart, but this also comes to disadvantages such as in PvP, making him one of the weaker PvP classes. Although Awakening Wizard tends to shine in tower grind zones where he doesn't have to move around so much, and just be able to do his rotation without being interrupted, he also contains some support spells from pre-awakening that can be used in case you are grouped up with other players, such as Resurrection, Mass Teleport, an AoE heal, and an attack speed, cast speed, increase buff, making him a decent all-rounder with spikes in both disadvantages and advantages. So if you like a mid-range caster with a relaxed rotation, Awakening Wizard might be the pick for you. Up next we have the female counterpart of the Wizard, the Witch, specifically Awakening as well. Awakening Witch is very much like Awakening Wizard, except Witch goes with the elements of lightning and earth, and has a more defensive ability compared to Wizard. Just like Awakening Wizard, Awakening Witch has a relaxed rotation when compared to a Succession version, but still not the best when it comes to PvP, making her also one of the weaker PvP classes when compared to her Wizard counterpart, which at least he has a grab but the Witch does not. She prefers areas with not a lot of mobility where she can cast her spells without interruptions, and she also has the same support spells as the Wizard on her pre-awakening form, those being also the Resurrection, the Mass Teleport, the AoE, and the buff. So, if you like all of what you heard on Awakening Wizard, but you prefer Thunder and Earth elements, you might want to play Witch instead. Up next, we have Succession Nova, and I'm going to be honest, of all the classes that I tested, she's the one that I enjoyed the least. I don't know if it's her playstyle or what, but something just didn't click with me, but let's get into what she does. Nova Succession uses a Mason Shield that focus on debuffs with a wide AoE ice abilities, and summons pawns to help her out in the battlefield. She tends to struggle in high-end zones, but has a decent time in lower AP tower grind zones due to her wide AoE abilities and debuffs, although she struggles with pack-to-pack grind zones due to a lack of consistent movement ability. Out of all the lowest APM classes being shown here, she's the one that I'd recommend the least, and to just play her if you really like the team, and not for effectiveness sake, because our Awakening version just seems to outshine her in almost every case with the trade-off of being APM. So if you like wide AoE debuffs, ice abilities, and a massive shield, Nova should be to your enjoyment. The next class I'll be talking about will be the Striker Awakening, considered to be one of the best PvE grinders due to their tankiness, AoE damage, and CC. The Striker's Awakening combat revolves around powerful punches, kicks, and grappling techniques. It's a melee class that excels at close-range combat, making it easier for newcomers to grasp the basics of the game's combat mechanics without having to worry about ranged attacks or complex spell rotations. He also summons clones that do combos with him, making it a super flashy character. Although compared to other classes, it's definitely a bit harder in the sense that mouse adjustments are very important. While testing Striker Awakening, I'd see myself constantly missing abilities because of his movement abilities. But after getting used to it, the combos feel rewarding and fun. He is great in both types of grind zones, and you shouldn't face any difficulties on them. So if you like to punch and kick people in a flashy way and not having to worry too much about rotations, Striker Awakening is definitely a good pick for you. Up next, we got Drakania Succession. She's a slow-hitting bruiser class with a lot of protection on her abilities and has decent mobility. She's focused around on a high on energy passive, which allows her to cast abilities faster depending on the amount of ions you have. Although she has a decent mobility, she prefers tower grind zones, when compared to pack due to her damage abilities grounding her Lahn. Me personally, I prefer Awakening due to her turning half dragon, but that version is a bit harder to manage due to stance shifting and slight or higher APM compared to the Succession version. So if you like slow, wide hard-hitting abilities with a cool dragon and lightning aspect, Drakania Succession is definitely the class for you. Next, we have Corsair Succession. Corsair Succession focuses a lot into her mermaid team with high mobility and good guard breaking abilities. She also contains a good amount of pull abilities which allows her to group mobs easily and finishing them off, making her great in pack-to-pack grind zones. While in tower zones she can be more difficult due to the management of stamina, so she can get caught by surprise if not careful. After searching a lot, the community consensus tends to say that she isn't the greatest in high-end zones, but very much fun and easily usable on low to mid-game areas. I prefer Awakening due to her more pirate team and range, but if you like the mermaid team and water abilities, then Corsair Succession is perfect for you. Now to the more recent classes, we have Woosa Awakening. Woosa Awakening focuses on long cast, high damage AoE spells, just like the Witch and the Wizard Awakening. She prefers grind zones where she can cast the spells without being interrupted, so tower grind zones will be your preferred choice as she lacks in mobility. Out of the classes mentioned here though, I'd say she feels the heaviest to use while also having one of the most pretty spell effects in my opinion. She has seen buffs recently to make her feel stronger compared to initial stage when she was released, but most people don't see the point of playing Awakening when Succession is just much stronger and has more abilities. Although if you like the serene underwater vibes that she has, she's definitely the pick for you. Now, last but definitely not least, we have the most recent class released, Maegu, specifically her Succession side. Succession Maegu focuses on high mobility, ranged AoE attacks with her charms, currently considered to be one of the best classes and also simple to use. She fares extremely well in both types of grind zones, even after the nerfs that hit her recently. Although she's better at pack-to-pack zones due to her high mobility, she can still do decently in tower grind zones due to her AoE nature. She's perfect for a new player that wants to be able to move around the battlefield while being ranged as well. She also has the deception factor in the kit due to her being able to create a clone of her and being able to switch places with it. So if you like foxes and being an ranged AoE bomb with high mobility, Maegu Succession is most definitely the pick for you. And that about it wraps up about the lowest APM classes in BDO. This video took me a while to make, so if you liked it and you want to see more of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to tell me what you think about these low APM classes, and if you think some of them belong here or not. Also, before I end the video, I want to thank a few content creators that gave me info on all of this content, and without them I probably wouldn't be making this video at all. Those content creators being I'm Pansy, and Jollyheart, Ellie, Not Saiku, and Choice. All of them helped out a lot and I appreciate their help. I'll be leaving a link to each of them on the description. Also, before I end the video, I want to remind you that I'm affiliated with Starforge Systems, a PC making company that recently has launched the shipping. So if you want to get yourself an amazing PC while also supporting me, make sure to use the link down below in the description. But yeah, that's it for me. Bye bye!